We're learning more tonight about 3 discrimination lawsuits filed today against Lexington Catholic High School, what school leaders and the attorney who filed the lawsuit are saying.
People are using it, and people are going to be able to stop and think about him.
Friends of a Powell County Marine who died in a crash last year have come up with a way to honor him, and they're asking for your help.
A busy day at an Eastern Kentucky restaurant, how workers there help the family of a murder victim.
This is WKYT News at 11.
Good evening to you. No change in the weather today as another round of storms brought more heavy rain to parts of Kentucky.
So don't expect anything different tomorrow. We begin tonight with Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey and your no-wait weather forecast. Chris?
Guys, we're 2 for 2 so far on the work week, and tomorrow likely to make it 3 for 3 in terms of some heavy rain producing showers and thunderstorms. Defender radar network late this evening still picking up on a couple of light showers now from Frankfort into the Versailles and Lawrenceburg areas. Raindrops here, kind of few and far between right on the Bluegrass Parkway, working toward the northeast. What I'm looking at, though, is a little bit of shower and thunderstorm action trying to crank back up now across western Tennessee down into northern parts of Mississippi, and that is going to be aimed toward the region late tonight and early tomorrow. New future radar hour by hour showing an increase in showers and thunderstorms late tonight, early tomorrow morning, central and northern parts of the area. Middle of tomorrow morning, look at all the thunderstorms now beginning to flare up. I've got not one, but 2 cold fronts showing up with a brand new hour-by-hour forecast that comes your way at 11:13.
They claim the discrimination has been going on for years. So tonight, some former Lexington Catholic High School students are now suing the school.
Lexington Catholic faces 3 lawsuits in all, which were filed this afternoon. Garrett Weimer talked to both the attorney representing the students and school leaders. It's our top story at 11.
The allegations first surfaced in April, but a civil rights attorney representing the former students says nothing was done to fix it.
This is serious. We need to correct these errors, and we're going into open court to do so.
Lawsuits filed in Fayette Circuit Court outline alleged discrimination that attorneys say has gone on for several years at Lexington Catholic High School. According to one lawsuit, a female white student was sexually harassed for 3 semesters until she withdrew from the school. 2 male black students claim they were bullied because of their race. The lawsuit says they were on the receiving end of racist comments and text messages like, "I'm gonna lynch you," "Go back to Africa," and "I'll hire you to pick my cotton." The school's vice president for advancement told me in a statement that they are aware of the lawsuit, but that it's their policy not to comment on legal matters. The plaintiff's attorney says administrators stonewalled parents' requests for help. The complaint claims, quote, there was a pattern and practice of racial bullying pervading the culture and hallways at LCHS that went unchecked by school officials.
It has been a very revealing 4 months, a very distressing 4 months to know that such a revered institution could conduct itself in this way.
In Lexington, Garrett Weimer, WKYT.
When the claims first came out last spring, Lexington Catholic brought in a diversity consultant and established a new committee at the school to oversee diversity and ethics, but the plaintiff's attorney says that didn't help.
Friends of a Powell County Marine want to make sure his memory lives on for years to come. Tyler Brewer died in a car crash in Powell County in January of last year. His friends want to have a fountain built in a park that will be a memorial for him, but they say they need your help to make it all happen. Monique Blair has the story new tonight at 11.
He had a big impact. He really did.
More than a year and a half has passed since 23-year-old Marine Corporal Tyler Brewer was killed in a car accident. But the memories he left behind have not faded.
Tyler was one of a kind. He was one of those guys that actions definitely spoke louder than words, because there were no words to describe Tyler.
So because actions meant so much to Brewer, his close friend Chelsea Nolan decided she wanted a practical, permanent way to keep her cherished friend's memory alive forever, a dual drinking fountain.
Whether somebody's just walking their dog or just walking themselves, like either way, they're going to be able to stop and get refreshed. And anything Tyler was refreshing.
The dual drinking fountain will be installed here in the heart of Stanton, here at the city park. And Nolan says she hopes it serves a very special purpose.
And people are going to be able to stop and think about him.
Nolan says the city has agreed to cover the installation costs, but $3,500 is still needed to pay for the fountain. So she has created a GoFundMe page in an effort to raise that money.
This is important to a lot of people, and anything helps.
So as Corporal Brewer rests in peace, his legacy will be kept alive forever.
The local Dennis and daughter monuments, they'll be donating a plaque that says, to man's best friend from our best friend, Corporal Tyler Scott Brewer.
In Powell County, Monique Blair, WKYT.
For more information on how you can help out and donate to this cause, go to our website, WKYT.com.
New tonight, 82,000 people in Southern California mountain communities have been told to evacuate because of a wildfire. Firefighters say an 8-square-mile fire is threatening the town of Wrightwood, and it's showing no signs of slowing down. The fire has also shut down a stretch of Interstate 15, which is the main route between Southern California and Las Vegas. They're not sure what caused the fire. Investigators say a separate fire that destroyed nearly 200 buildings in Northern California was set on purpose. Police have made an arrest in that case. Family members of an explosive suspect in federal custody say police still haven't given them answers about what led to his death. Police say a Lexington fire investigator shot Mark Sawoff last week in Harlan County. Police say they brought him from jail to Harlan County to look for trail cameras with explosives. The ATF and firefighters were helping. Police arrested Sawoff in June after investigators say he placed explosives in trail cameras. Police say he was shot after he tried to escape and fought with them, but Sawoff's friends and family say they believe he cooperated the whole time.
He was handcuffed. They took him into the woods. He was showing where these devices were, and he never came out alive.
Family members say they've tried asking police for answers. Police say they're still interviewing witnesses and will release more information when the investigation is complete.
Tonight, police think that recent textbook thefts at the University of Kentucky, Eastern Kentucky University, and Morehead State University could all be connected. UK leaders think a well-organized group of thieves broke into the offices of the College of Nursing building over the weekend and stole books. And they say this theft is similar to others elsewhere on campus earlier in the summer.
Textbooks are a valuable commodity. I'm sure there's a market out there for that kind of thing. Textbooks are quite valuable and can be expensive. And so those would be the kinds of valuables, along with other things that you would think about that ought to be locked down before you leave for the night.
Morehead State University police say they've had 5 reports of textbook thefts recently, and they say they have a suspect. EKU leaders say that some textbooks were stolen from their campus earlier this summer.
New tonight, an Eastern Kentucky restaurant raised money for the family of a murder victim. Police say Robert Jones and his girlfriend Crystal Warner were both killed last month. They later found Jones's body in Clark County, but they've not found Warner's body. Police have made an arrest in the case. Jones's family lives in Letcher County. The Pizza Hut in Whitesburg donated part of its sales today to his family. Friends say they're grateful for fundraisers like this one.
The family is needing the help right now because we're still looking for Crystal. I mean, the family ain't going to stop and the friends ain't going to stop until Crystal's found too. So the travel and the hard times going on, trying to travel and find things and stuff. So the fundraisers have been absolutely amazing.
The restaurant is also including a portion of its online sales today in its donation. New tonight, Lexington city leaders will consider making changes to the permitting process for special events. This comes after a Luke Bryan concert at Talon Winery last fall caused massive traffic backups on Tates Creek Road. The winery was allowed to have the concert because a planning ruling allowed wineries to have special events without alerting city leaders. According to our news partners at the Herald Leader, city leaders are looking at a proposal that would require a permit for any event that would draw at least 50 people and would require at least 2 city services. Any event that uses city streets or sidewalks would need a permit as well.
A Lexington restaurant had a mess to clean up tonight after a car crashed right into the building. It happened about 4:30 this afternoon at a Vietnamese restaurant in the Woodhill Shopping Center. No one was injured, and people at the restaurant say only one person was inside at the time. Police are not sure what caused the car to crash into the restaurant.
Donald Trump talked crime on the campaign trail today while Hillary Clinton faced more questions about her emails. The latest in 9 minutes.
And then a skyscraper scare today in downtown Cincinnati. How 2 workers ended up in a dangerous situation 20 stories high.
Now, your hour-by-hour forecast with Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey.
Well, thermometers out there this evening stuck in the 70s, likely to drop off maybe another degree or 2 tonight as we start to see some more showers and thunderstorms start to crank up as well late tonight, tomorrow. Current readings low to mid 70s, depending on where you are. You're 72 or maybe as high as 76, 77 degrees. Fog, though, a possibility tonight, and it could be locally thick tomorrow morning as you're up and at 'em. Kiddos heading into school. Look at this. Visibility is down to near 0 in a few spots, according to the hour-by-hour fog forecast. And the visibilities into the middle of the day tomorrow, look at this. They're reduced, and that's likely because of some showers and thunderstorms, some low clouds, and some heavier downpours. Defender Radar Network putting in some overtime over the past few days. What we're left with, a sprinkle or 2 heading into the west side of Lexington. Hello, Woodford County into Scott County, where you've had some heavier rains on and off throughout the day. Front is situated just to our west, and right along that front, we continue to get moisture coming out of the Gulf of Mexico. A little shower and thunderstorm action cruising into West Tennessee. That's going to lift its way onto the north and northeast. Also watching some moisture aimed toward the Smoky Mountains and southeastern Kentucky later tomorrow. So here's a little breakdown of where we're going to go over the next few days. Then we got a brand new hour by hour to look at together. Tomorrow, showers, thunderstorms, some local high water, and maybe some local flash flooding is a possibility. And some of those models now are back to being a little supercharged with the rainfall threat tomorrow. Still a couple of storms around on Thursday and a few more storms on the move for Friday with temperatures that are still a little steamy. All right, I mentioned some of the models now over just the next 24 hours are back into creating some heavier downpours with some thunderstorms. And we always talk about when we look at a rainfall forecast, snowfall forecast, whatever from a computer model. It's a computer. You can't look at any one number and say, oh, that's what I'm getting exactly where I live. This is just showing that we're going to have some spots out there tomorrow that will pick up quite a bit of rainfall. Let's show you the hour by hour now. It is hot off the presses, as they used to say. Through early tomorrow morning, shower and thunderstorm action increases from southwest to northeast, and you're going to see some stronger thunderstorms thrown into the mix. And some of the models are trying to bullseye parts of central Kentucky for some very heavy rains tomorrow afternoon into the early part of the evening. Thursday's forecast suggesting now, late this evening, that our front does not get too far away. 5 o'clock on Thursday, notice Covington at 86, yet 77 into Richmond and Danville with the threat for some clouds and showers and thunderstorms. Some scattered stuff around into Thursday evening. So a few days ago, Thursday was looking a little drier. Still think we'll get some dry times, but the possibility for some more storms certainly is going to be with us. How about Friday afternoon? Friday's a big day, high school football fans. We've got the season that is kicking off, and we're going to have to dodge a scattered thunderstorm or 2 out there. Then we go into Saturday and a pattern that will throw showers and thunderstorms at us ahead of a big dip in the jet stream by later Sunday into Monday, with high pressure bringing some cooler and drier air to much of the country. How cool, we'll see as we get there, but overall next week's going to look a lot better, and it's going to feel a lot better than what we have out there this week. Here's the 7-day forecast with temperatures over the next few that will generally be running upper 70s, low 80s, and the threat for some booming storms out there tomorrow. Wait, you're shocked about that?
No.
Right? Yeah.
No.
Watch tomorrow afternoon. Any storm that goes up can dump a quick inch or 2 in an hour.
In southern Kentucky, they don't need any more.
No, they don't.
rain.
And, you know, really most of the area picked up on some heavy rains, but especially southern and eastern Kentucky.
Yeah. Thanks, Chris.
You bet.
Well, a dog had to be rescued after falling down an embankment along a Powell County trail. In 8 minutes, an update on how he's doing.
Keep up with the latest news on WKYT.com. Join the conversation on Twitter and become a part of the WKYT Facebook family.
Another busy day on the campaign trail as Hillary Clinton faced more questions about her private email server while she was Secretary of State.
And Donald Trump trying to reverse his falling poll numbers. Craig Boswell has the latest now from both campaigns.
Donald Trump insisted to Wisconsin voters he is the law and order candidate after days of unrest following a police shooting of an armed black man in Milwaukee.
Crime and violence is an attack on the poor and will never be accepted in a Trump administration.
Although the latest Wisconsin poll shows the billionaire trailing Hillary Clinton by 15 points, Trump said he sees no reason to change his style.
I don't want to change. If you start pivoting, you're not being honest with people.
Clinton campaigned in Philadelphia, where she avoided more questions about her private email server.
Some congressional Republicans want to know why the FBI did not recommend Clinton face criminal charges. On Monday, they sent a letter to the D.C. U.S. Attorney outlining evidence of what they call perjury and false statements by Clinton when she testified about her email server last October. The FBI released notes from its interview with Clinton to Congress on Tuesday with the expectation it will not be disseminated or disclosed. Clinton's campaign said it would rather see the report released to the public than to partisan lawmakers, saying this is an extraordinarily rare step that was sought solely by Republicans for the purposes of further second-guessing the career professionals at the FBI. Based on the FBI recommendations, the Justice Department declined to press charges and considers the case closed. Craig Boswell, CBS News, the White House.
A Donald Trump spokesperson said tonight that he will begin airing the first television ads of his general election campaign next week.
The death toll from historic flooding in Louisiana has now reached 10. State leaders say the latest deaths are drownings. Louisiana's governor says at least 40,000 homes have water damage, many of them in the Baton Rouge and Lafayette areas. Cities downstream are still preparing for high water. 2 Red Cross volunteers left Lexington today to join the hundreds of others helping flood victims in Louisiana. Tonight, we've learned conservative political commentator John McLaughlin has died. He was the host of the long-running syndicated TV show The McLaughlin Group. The show debuted in 1982. He was 89 years old.
Some frightening moments this afternoon in Cincinnati when a scaffold on a skyscraper collapsed, briefly trapping 2 people. Police say those 2 people were able to make it from the scaffold to a nearby roof at the U.S. Bank Tower. They were not injured. Police also kept people on the street below away from the building as a precaution. The scaffold was later secured. Witnesses say it was about 20 stories off the ground. Investigators aren't sure why it collapsed.
We have new information tonight about a dog that was rescued from a trail in Powell County. Powell County Search and Rescue said the German Shepherd named Axel suffered heat exhaustion while walking with his owner Sunday and fell down an embankment. Some other hikers helped carry the dog 3 miles to safety. Powell County Search and Rescue says the owner told them Axel is now home and appears to have fully recovered. That is some good news for that puppy.
It is. Well, Brian, UK giving All-American Kendra Harrison a unique gift.
Yes, she did not make it to the Olympics, but she does get her own recognition here in Lexington. And UK football, the offense struggled on 3rd down in the Saturday scrimmage, but that's why you get 4 downs in football. Sports is on the way. For the first time since Saturday's scrimmage, we got a chance to talk with UK's offensive coaches and players. Head coach of the offense, Eddie Grand, said he was pleased with how his guys performed on Saturday. That includes quarterback Drew Barker and UK's offensive playmakers. Grand said Barker made good reads, the receivers caught the ball well, and the running backs did what they had to do. Grand said his team still needs to work in short yardage situations.
I was a little disappointed on our 3rd and short stuff. We had to go for it on 4th down 6 times, but we were 5 of 6 on 4th down. So that was encouraging because we always talk about recovering. We always talk about going on to the next play. We were in that part of the field where we could go for it, and we executed. So there was positives of that, but we can't not get a 3rd and 1. That's ridiculous. We have to be 100% on that.
We continue our countdown to UK football, 18 days away. The number 18 is a big one, worn by Boom Williams. How about you, Freddie Maggard, Jacob Tammy, and Randall Cobb? That's a who's who right there. 18 also the number of games during his career. Sonny Collins rushed for more than 100 yards. That is still a school record. Calvin Byrd leading the SEC back in 1958 with 18 yards per catch. Got to mix in the Corbin guys. Click on WKYT.com to see all of the countdown information. EKU has a new coaching staff, 40 new players on the roster, and head coach Mark Elder has plenty of decisions to make when it comes to choosing starters at every position. He does not sound to be in any hurry to name the starters.
I'm really hoping by midday on September 3rd we'll have a starter at every position. That's the goal right now. And the other part is we will find roles for every guy that can play at a high enough level for us to win. So they're all competing, they're all trying hard, but at the same time they know, hey, I'm working my tail off because even if I am a 2, I can find a role to help us on Saturdays and win.
There's only one way to go for the Clark County football team, and that's up. After going winless last season, the Cardinals are looking to turn things around this year. If something could have gone wrong last season for Clark County, it did. The Cardinals finished the season 0-11. Clark County had a pair of 1-point losses in the first 3 weeks of the season, and then it snowballed.
The catch is to try to get them to understand what does it look like to finish? What does it look like to go hard every play? But before you can even get to that, it's got to matter. There's got to be some pride. There's got to be something inside them that wants to continue to push and do the right things.
That was loud. The wheels never stop turning in the mind of John Calipari. With Rupp Arena under renovation for the start of the basketball season, Calipari will head to Whitaker Bank Ballpark for his annual summer charity event. The Coach Cal Celebrity Softball Classic will be held August 28th. Proceeds benefiting the Calipari Foundation. Here's a list of the celebs who will play in the game: Carl Anthony Towns, Kyle Macy, Nerlens Noel, Alex Poitras, Randolph Morris. As for some of the non-basketball celebrities, let's say Tim Couch, Hall of Fame wide receiver Chris Carter, UK baseball coach Nick Mingione, he should have the upper hand in this thing. ESPN sideline reporter Kaylee Hartung, and actors Josh Hopkins, Steve Zahn. More ticket information available at CoachCalSoftballClassic.com. She missed her shot at the Olympics, but UK All-American Kendra Harrison has received a very nice, unique recognition from UK. Quickly, though, let's go back in time. July 22nd in London, when Harrison set a new world's record in the 100-meter hurdles once the time had been adjusted. It was a consolation prize, but still, that's one heck of a prize. Well, today, a billboard was unveiled along New Circle Road and Old Frankfort Pike. It shows Harrison's world record time of 12.20. So as you're driving, hopefully not too fast, past that sign, you see someone who runs really fast. That's
The Late Show with Stephen Colbert is less than a minute away here on WKYT, and tonight's guests include Brian Cranston.
I feel like by this point we can do the weather forecast for you. More storms tomorrow? Thank you, sir. I've been practicing.
Quicker at this point. Thunderstorms around tomorrow, upper 70s, low 80s, some locally heavy downpours. We'll catch a small break at some point Thursday into Friday, and then the storms return for the weekend. Next week looks better.
Very good at it. See? Just like that. Got it.
Brian and I are not touching it.
I'm good. I get remote controls upstairs.
Professional.
Thanks for watching.